I'm watching Babe.
That was my senior year of high school. I was not watching Babe.
Babe is a great movie.
I was picking up babes.
Shaving their backs
Yeah.
for the swim team. Yoga.
All right.
You know who directed Babe 2?
Electric
Pig in the
Boogaloo?
City?
Babe Pig in the City?
Who?
Do you know who directed that movie?
No.
George Miller
Of Mad Max? Is that
of Mad Max Fury Road. Yes. and of Mad Max.
You can really tell.
Yes.
You know what? I've never seen any of the original Mad Max films.
Oh, really?
Me neither, actually. I've only seen Fury Road.
I keep meaning to rectify that, but and I realize I think they got worse, right? The first one was actually, I think the second one was supposed to be pretty good, wasn't it?
Wait, now let's see.
Because
it was Road Warrior,
Warrior,
and then
Mad
Max is
Max.
when sort of Hollywood
Mad
got
Max
hold of it.
Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah, Beyond Thunderdome, I heard it was not very good at all.
Really?
But yeah,
I don't know. People seem to like Beyond Thunderdome. I think
like
it's more
the
like
Turner video,
The Tina Turner video was good. Yeah.
might be more like kind of 80s camp,
right?
kind of.
But I've never seen any of them.
It's been a long time since I've seen them.
Well,
A
they're old.
long time.
Nope, wrong reference.
Yeah. That's incorrect. Hello and welcome to episode number 827 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me as always from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Yellow.
How's it going there, sir?
Not bad. I started building an Atari 2600 out of Lego
I saw that on stream.
this weekend. Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I finished bag 7
Okay.
Oh.
my first sitting. So yeah,
Oh.
pretty cool so far.
It's a great set.
I have to say, so one of the things I didn't really understand, just based on, I didn't watch a lot of videos on this or anything. I mean, I didn't need to know much about the set to know I wanted this set.
Yeah, you don't want spoilers for
Atari
building it.
2600. But I guess slight spoiler. But Phil will already know this, and CJ won't care because he's not going to buy it. He'll care, but he's not going to buy it. So one of the things that I really love is, first of all, when they do stuff like this, I love that they go all in on sort of the aesthetic. The instruction booklet for the Lego NES was great because it came, just sort of the design. It looked like it belonged to the era. It had a bunch of little history bits in it and stuff like that. And they've done the same thing with the 2600. So the booklet, when you open it up, I mean, it's laid out like you would expect like an old ad for a 2600 game to look, I find. And there's a little bit of a history there. But one of the things that I really love is that there are like little random blurbs of information all throughout the book on different steps. And so the first thing that you build is the adventure cartridge, which I think is interesting. They get you to build one of the 3 cartridges right at the beginning and the caddy, and each game has a little diorama that goes with it too, which for some reason I had it in my head that those were sort of either like the pedestal for those were the cartridge, just because of the fact that the end title is on the pedestals as well. So I was kind of happy to see that wasn't the case. But yeah, like they have little dioramas. So the one for adventure is like a little castle, the little dragon in front. So I'm building that, and at one point after you've built this, I mean, and they're tiny, they're really small. At one point while you're building this castle, you've got the castle itself built, and it's before you do the dragon. And in the back, where there's like literally 3 studs, right? Yeah, Phil's going to show it. So there's literally 3 studs, and they get you to put this little bulbous thing in the back where you'll never see it.
We call that a Seward.
Right. There you go. And as I was building it, I said, I don't understand why they're doing this. And the little blurb on the step in the booklet says, basically, this is in honor of the fact that the first Easter egg was in Adventure. So we've hidden an Easter egg on this little diorama. And I was like, man, Lego gets it. They just get it.
They do.
They really do.
They absolutely do.
It's fantastic. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with it so far, and it's gigantic. It's bigger than the NES.
Well, is it 1-1? It feels like it's 1-1.
I think it might be. The next time I go down to the game room, I'm gonna, because I don't have my 2600 hooked up. It doesn't work anymore, and but I still have it just because I love it.
Right.
And I'm gonna have to dig it out of the closet and sit it next to the base that I've built so far, because I feel if it's not 1-1, it's real close.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, super. Like I said, I think what that bag 7 means, I'm about halfway through. I think
That's about right.
and I mean, it's not super exciting while you're building the base. Although I did just build the back of the little console, so like the where the AC adapter would go, and the
nice.
the RF, and the little extra switches in the back, those are all there, and the controller ports. So I did all that part. So yeah, it's great.
So did you did the steps with the little tiny hammers?
Yes, which I had no idea what I was building at the time, and I was like, these are interesting. And then so they're meant to emulate, because my 2600 was a heavy sixer. Right, like that's the one we had. So it had the 6 buttons in the front, and then if you've ever looked at old 2600, even pictures, if you owned one, they switched to 4 switches in the front. So it used to be like there was the power switch, the reset switch, player 1 difficulty, player 2 difficulty, and I think black and white and color were the other switch, which is, I love that that's the thing. And then, in later revisions of the console, there were only 4 switches on the front, but I never owned one of those. And it never really occurred to me, like, well, clearly the function of those other switches needed to go somewhere, but I never thought about it. And apparently the difficulty switches for player 1 and 2 migrated to the back of the console. And that's what those little hammer things was just the little,
the tiny little switches.
Is great. It's just brilliant. I love it. Yep. Anyway, that's what I was doing this week. That's what I've been playing. I'm going to leave now. We can do the outro.
Oh my gosh. We're not even through the intro. I haven't even said, from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
That's me.
Hi.
I also enjoy playing with Lego.
Mm-hmm.
You're an adult collector.
I'm an AFOL.
Hey, these things come at adult prices. So
an adult fan of Lego.
Did you see the adult collector? I'm sure you did. The Disney hats, or like the Mickey Mouse hat and the Minnie Mouse headband for the adult collectors, and they have, like, they're white, and they have like a drippy little. They're splattered with white, basically.
Yeah, everything's a little moist.
Wow, what?
I don't know what this has to do with Lego.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all, except for it's for adult collectors.
Greg,
there's a new set that I'm interested in, but after I've spent this money on this 2600, I don't want to spend more money on Lego, and more significant money on Lego right now. But it's a lighthouse.
Oh yeah, the new lighthouse set.
It's beautiful.
It is gorgeous,
and I think it's got light up parts.
It lights up, and the little light rotates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very pretty.
So you can use, it's functional. You can take it out to the coast.
Yeah. And warn ships away from the rocks.
Ships know that you're about to crash into the cliffs.
Beautiful and functional, like we said.
Like you, Greg.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
But CJ would rather talk about the ejaculate Mickey Mouse hats.
I guess.
For some reason.
I don't know why.
I don't know either.
It's not like I'm in the market for Lego or ejaculate.
Look at this. I got a giant Lego brick.
I see that.
Isn't that great?
You should be sitting in the research room of that spaceship.
Exactly. Typing into my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm delighted. I got this off Etsy. This is for those not watching the video. I have a gigantic upscaled version of the old computer piece from the old 80s Lego space sets, and it's so wonderful, and I love it so much. And I just have it here on my desk, and I can pretend that I'm a little Lego minifigure out
anytime
on a space adventure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like it. Yeah.
Anyway.
How's
it going? Hey, CJ.
Yeah. What?
How you doing? I know you're here in the great state of Washington.
I am.
Are you bunkered indoors?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Wildfires.
Wildfires.
Oh, no, really?
happening.
Air quality is down.
Just in time for school.
Yeah, I know.
Was it on Friday? I had the windows open. We had the windows open. It was a beautiful day for a little while, and then got the distinct smell of just burning happening.
Smells like burning.
Exactly.
So we closed all the windows, turned on the AC, and we're just kind of
So I know wildfires are like
Indoors.
a big thing on the West Coast. Well, actually, it feels like more than the West Coast now. But
Yeah.
so Seattle always have to deal with this. Is this like a seasonal thing, or is
No.
it? Is this not normal
I
for you
mean,
guys?
when there's a big fire out east in eastern Washington at the moment, and the winds are carrying it over to us
this away.
So, yeah, every now and again we'll have that problem.
And I'll just be very hazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Mount Rainier was about to blow up the other day.
Nice.
No, apparently that was just a cloud.
Wasn't it venting though?
No, it
Wait,
wasn't
that's
venting.
not
It was
It
just
wasn't
a
even
cloud.
venting?
No, it wasn't even venting. It was
Oh.
just a cloud.
What's that, Greg?
That's not a volcano, is it?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is, yes.
Yes.
Why would you live there?
Well, it's
You never heard of Mount St. Helens?
I think it's dormant,
You
Yeah,
just
it's
said it
not
was
dormant,
venting.
though. It's not dormant.
but apparently it
It's
wasn't
not
according
dormant.
to CJ. I don't know.
It was not venting, no. It was just a cloud.
It was just a
People
cloud.
saw. Yeah.
You know what we don't have here in Nova Scotia?
What's that?
Volcanoes.
Well, why
That's
don't
true.
you have more volcanoes over there like that?
Because
That'd be
they're all
more
on the
fun.
West Coast, clearly.
Oh, yeah, we need an element of danger in our lives.
Yeah, right.
We don't have the tornadoes.
Nope.
No.
We don't have the
We
hurricanes.
might have hurricanes, depending on how far up the coast. No, it's not getting here.
No.
Man, this has been a depressing I was all excited about the Atari 2600, and now you guys
It's
are just
great. It's a
Now I'm
great
wondering if I'm
set.
ever going to see either of you again.
great
Yikes.
set.
Well,
You know what else is depressing?
What's that?
That bare wall behind CJ.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna leave it bare now from now on. I'm not even
For the
gonna
clout?
put anything up. Yeah, just to spite you.
Barewalls.com.
Have the amiibos that are scattered all over the floor been moved since
Nope.
last week?
They're still
Well,
back
there are
there.
more amiibos there.
Oh,
Those
you
are the
go.
Splatoon amiibos.
That's okay. That's okay because that's his daughter that's doing that. She's a child.
Actually,
She's
I
supposed to
put
be
the
like
split.
that. Oh,
I put the
Jesus.
you
Splatoon
just threw them
amiibos.
on the floor?
I threw them on the floor. Yeah,
Onto the
As I
pile
was
with you.
unlocking stuff in Splatoon 3.
Hey, I got some amiibos this week.
You did.
I did.
Look
Look at that.
Oh
There
wow,
they
they
are.
released Minecraft Amiibo.
Steve.
I
and
am
Alex.
so not
Even
up on
Alex.
Amiibo. I just don't keep up with it anymore.
Well, they don't release a whole lot anymore. Is this the final release?
I think King Boo was
Oh.
my ultimate. I think.
Oh, I can't
They've-
imagine.
They've announced Splatoon 3 amiibo. They're just not available until later this winter.
Right.
So, but is that the last Smash Brothers amiibo? It might
I don't
be.
know. I'm not. I'm not an avid.
But you're not a Smash Brothers person, but you bought the Smash
Not an
Brothers amiibo
Avid
for
Smash
Well,
Bros.
because I bought them because they're Minecraft. You
So
know.
wait,
Yeah. Well,
Minecraft
what
characters
game
are in
title?
Smash Brothers? I
what
didn't even
game
know.
title is up there in the left corner?
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware that they released these to tie into Smash Brothers, but that's not the reason.
Can you use them in Minecraft? For the
Probably not.
Nintendo Switch? No.
But they are of Minecraft characters,
Yeah.
which is why
Actually, I do the same thing. I'm razzing you,
I'm.
but I do the same thing. I buy Smash Brothers
I don't-
amiibo. I don't play Smash Brothers either.
Do you understand what these are, CJ?
The words that are coming out of my mouth.
Toys?
These are-
Toys?
These are toys. I bought.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Oh my goodness!
I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
You were going to embarrass me at Minecon this year.
I'm not going, so I don't even have.
Well,
you don't
I
even
have
to
you
worry.
as my +1, and it's too late
Oh, damn.
to
You're
change anything.
Oh. Okay.
Greg, would you be willing to wear a CJ mask to accompany me to Minecon?
I might even own one.
Whoa.
Makes it even easier for me.
I see.
Makes it easier for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
How you doing, CJ?
Good.
Don't care. How
Besides
you doing, Greg?
the air quality stuff.
You know, I was just outside, took a nice deep breath of fresh air. Well,
What's that like?
feel like President Scroob.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah,
I thought of you the other day. I mean, I'm always thinking of
I
you,
was gonna say,
but there
just
was a
another day.
specific instance that triggered a thought of you.
Uh-huh.
I was at a video game store
Yeah.
here in the great state of Washington. You know what? It's one of the
One of
ones
the
that
ones
we
we
went
visited.
to when you
Yeah.
came to visit.
Nice.
Those many years ago. I went over to
Gonna say.
D-Pad Gaming in Renton, and I saw a what's the Robotech game that you did not work on?
Battle Cry.
Yes, I saw they had the collector's edition of Battle Cry
Oh yeah.
in like the big silver box.
Yep.
Yeah. They had
Cool.
they had a copy there for sale.
Yeah.
I forget what they were charging.
The nice thing about that collection, the thing that I liked the most about it anyway, was that it came with the CD back when we listened to music on CDs of the soundtrack. And while when we worked on Invasion, we weren't allowed to use the melodies that Harmony Gold used in Robotech, but in Battle Cry, for some reason, they were allowed. But they were remastered and re-recorded. I don't think they were allowed to use the original music, but they were allowed to use the melodies. So it's kind of the Harmony Gold Robotech soundtrack, but reorchestrated.
Huh.
I really enjoyed it. Battle Cry is a fun game. Really
It's weird. So like Harmony Gold could be a little difficult to work with.
I've heard that they yeah.
There you go.
Working on that game was just yeah.
That's about says it all. Just 3 words. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Let's talk about some video game news, shall we? Because nothing really happened last week. Let's just get that out of the way right away. Well, apparently there's a Nintendo Direct coming. We talked about this last week, but Nintendo Direct coming this upcoming week, may have already been announced by the time you're listening to this, dear listener. But there was a time on Thursday or Friday, that we thought maybe it would be delayed because of the Queen's death.
Yeah, and there were a lot of really wonderful, empathetic tweets about that.
I'm sure that there were. Yeah. a lot of people very angry that could be a possibility.
How dare this death of a monarch delay my Nintendo Direct?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would assume that if it was if the event was going to happen on the same day as like a funeral or something, Nintendo would delay it for their UK staff to be able to.
I would think, yeah. And I think that's how it's working, right? Like I honestly don't know, but I think there's like multiple days of mourning.
Yeah.
In the UK now, so
yeah, something like that. But yeah, video games are serious business, and you should complain on the internet if things aren't exactly the way that you want them. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think we've all learned that. Yeah,
that's what the internet was created for. If you ask the creator of the internet, that's what they would say.
That's right. I immediately muted a bunch of terms on Twitter so that I didn't have to listen to any of that discourse, but only for like a short time. So that because I figured that we wouldn't have
people who forget about the Queen.
People just forget about it.
You only need to mute it for like 48 hours. I mean,
exactly.
She only ruled for 70 years. How long could people be talking about her?
This is what I'm saying. Yes. Yeah. But anyway, it's still on. Apparently, rumored to be. We'll see. But what I really want to talk about is the D23 stuff that happened on Friday, and is apparently kind of still happening. But there were a couple announcements within there. Like they had a whole gaming section where they announced a bunch of stuff, a bunch of really cool stuff. And first of all, I want to talk about Illusion Island, which is coming at some point for the Switch and other platforms, but looks like the Mickey Mouse animation style from the more recent shorts, right?
It's akin to it.
Akin to it. Okay.
The character design is not quite
Not exact, I suppose.
You're talking about like the Paul Ruddish shorts.
Yes.
Yes, which are absolutely wonderful. I love those shorts, but yeah, this new game has a very similar style.
Yes.
But
it kind of looks like a N++. You remember that game? It's kind of like a zoomed out platformer
really? That
look.
turns me off a little bit.
It looks like it could be interesting. I don't know. Multiplayer platformer
from the makers of the new Battletoads game, the newest Battletoads game.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's not really a selling point, but
okay.
Is it? I watched the trailer, and I'm kind of forgetting some of the specifics of the trailer, just because I was kind of so like blown away that they were actually doing a Mickey Mouse game with that kind of goofier art style.
Yeah,
goofier, like the character,
like Pluto.
Exactly. Are they doing a is it kind of like a Lost Vikings sort of thing where the different characters have different abilities or something? Or am I making that up?
Yeah. No, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The different characters do have different abilities, but I think it's more platformer than puzzle.
Gotcha.
Game like Lost Vikings, yeah.
Right.
But but hey, it looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
I added it to my wish list.
There you go.
So if you want to buy Phil something for Christmas,
I don't think it's coming out till next year.
Next year, no. Also, kind of without a date, far in the future, Gargoyles Remastered.
Yeah.
So the Gargoyles game, that's an NES game.
I thought I thought it was the Genesis
Turbo
game.
It was a Genesis game, yeah.
It was a Genesis game. Okay.
Was there Gargoyles for anything
off.
else? I only knew Genesis, but I don't know if they released Gargoyles on anything else.
As far as I know, it was just Genesis.
No.
Huh.
I've never played it, but I've heard really good things about it.
TurboGrafx had Darkwing Duck and Tailspin.
And just so you know, Darkwing Duck on the TurboGrafx was awful.
Oh, absolutely. So was Tailspin.
Was it? I never played that.
Yeah.
But Gargoyles on the Genesis is apparently good.
That's what I've heard. But I've never played it. It's weird. It's a weird thing to remaster. But
it's
I'm glad it's happening.
It's an interesting selection. Yeah, I would have gone Quackshot personally.
Yeah,
Quackshot's a great game.
Quackshot is a great game. Although I'm with every like Genesis or like 16-bit era game they remake, I'm hoping that they'll eventually get to Quackshot. I would have expected Mickey Mania would be on the list here pretty soon.
Have you played Mickey Mania recently?
Not recently, no.
It doesn't play great,
but it looks great. It's not about.
It does look great.
It's not about
a great
the gameplay.
Premise.
It's about the visuals.
Okay. It's a great premise.
So it's like the Genesis Aladdin game.
We're not doing this.
Exactly. But yeah, I've never played the Gargoyles game, but it seems interesting.
You know what?
They've selected that.
90s kids get their Gargoyles revival.
That's right.
More power to them, I say.
That's right. Maybe they'll get their Good Burger sequel next.
Hopefully, what's his name? Jonathan Frakes. Hopefully, we just hear him talking a lot.
Yeah. All right. Also of interest to me, anyway. Bithell Games is working on a Tron game. That's kind of like a visual novel.
I'm in.
Yeah, called Tron in Identity.
Tridentity.
So, what do we know about
this
game?
Identitron.
Not much.
Okay.
The Tron game. It's a digital novel. It's called Tron Identity. You know what we know now.
Yeah, now you know what we know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know where it takes place in the Tron mythos.
The Troniverse.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I do enjoy Tron.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a digital novel about Tron. I'm happy to try it out.
Well, I mean,
Bithell Games has done. I don't know if you ever played the what was that called? Subsurface Circular.
No.
Yeah. Substation.
No, I mean I never played whatever you're talking about.
Subsurface circular.
CJ's having a lot of trouble
Listening to
reading something
CJ
off his screen.
listening to CJ read Google is like the best.
I'm reading Google. Yes, it's subsurface circular. They made 2 of them, I think.
The subsurface circular. Is that like, it's kind of like the penny saver, right?
It's the penny saver.
One of those free newspapers with coupons.
Check.
There
Check
you
the
go,
Sunday
Phil.
paper circular.
Captain Logan in the chat. Enter a new grid and forge alliances via visual novel gameplay, uncovering truths through identity disc puzzles. Make critical decisions and plot your own course in a world without a creator. That's Tron Identity in a new version of the grid.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
But anyway, they did these bite-sized games that were sort of visual novel detective pieces. And this seems like an extension of that, but
So
with
it's
a license
detached from the greater Tron narrative.
Yes.
Yes. It does not
It's a
involve
new-
Flynn or...
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it's Tron, so, and Bithell Games is good, so they make good stuff. So I'm excited for it. All right, let's talk about Skydance. Amy Hennig is making a Captain America Black
I
Panther
believe it's
game.
Henning.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
So is it what kind of game is it?
I don't think they even show in the teaser what kind of game
well, that
it is.
makes it
Right?
easy to talk about.
This is revealed that it's coming soon. Yeah.
Just like Mickey was on those hats.
Mm-hmm.
Right, CJ? I brought it full circle for you.
There you go. Thank you.
That's what I do.
Okay, so it's both Marvel characters in a World War II setting.
Oh.
So then it's not the Black Panther that we saw in the movies then.
It is a narrative-driven ensemble adventure.
Ensemble adventure.
Now the MCU has time travel.
That's a new
wow.
genre. Ensemble adventure.
So it's I'm reading it here because we should have read this before we went on live,
probably.
obviously.
Yeah.
So it has the players controlling an ensemble of 4 characters: young Steve Rogers, Azuri, who's T'Challa's grandfather in the World War II era Black Panther, Gabriel Jones, U.S. soldier, member of the Howling Commandos, and Nanali, leader of the fledgling Wakandan spy network.
Okay.
So I wonder if it's multiplayer or if it's more like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Guardians of the Galaxy. It doesn't really say though. It just says you're controlling 4 characters. Huh. Cool. I'll play that.
It's actually going to be an asymmetrical multiplayer game.
Oh, I won't play that. Narrative-driven blockbuster action adventure
I would
game.
play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, so far that's got me sold.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yep.
It could be. Yeah.
Cool.
And it'll be the first title from Skydance New Media.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, right. Skydance.
Exactly.
I knew I recognized that name.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's talk about what we've been playing. What do you think about that?
Why not?
Okay.
Is it time to do that? I'll go first. I've been playing Splatoon 3 for the past 2 days. And I love it. It's more Splatoon.
Is
like
this
a
your
lot
new
of the
Fortnite?
reviews.
If you love Splatoon,
New
you'll love
Fortnite.
Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
No, because I'm still playing Fortnite as well.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this had taken over.
Not quite yet, but
Okay.
it threatens to. It's more Splatoon, and that's a good thing. And it has a lot of little tweaks to the formula that I really appreciate. For instance, like the multiplayer lobby system is real nice. You have kind of a training area now where you can set up games or wait for matchmaking to occur. So instead of just staring blankly at a loading screen,
Matchmaker, make me a match.
instead of staring at a loading screen, you can actually test out your weapon and kind of, fool around in this test area. Kind of nice.
I've played some Splatoon 3 as well, Christopher.
I saw that you were playing it on your profile, Philip.
I was playing it shortly before we recorded this show today.
I see.
as well as the previous night.
All right then. Now, are you playing the multiplayer, or are you doing the single player story? What are you playing in Splatoon? Where does Phil spend his time in the Splatlands? Where do you spend your time?
Well, when I was playing a game, I was playing some multiplayer. I played some I played online multiplayer.
Wow, that's a rare occurrence.
As the good Lord intended.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
So
yes,
listen,
I've
politics out of my video games.
I've been playing some online. I played a little bit of the single player mode, but it's been mostly. Well, you know what it is, because I'm trying to get up to level 6 so I can buy the NES Zapper weapon.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to do.
So did you not have a save from Splatoon 2 to bring over?
Not one that had any sort of significant progress on it.
Well, it didn't matter if you had any save data. It gives you like 3 golden tickets. You can basically.
Oh, I did get that.
You can forego any of the level requirements and just buy weapons.
Oh, is that true?
In the store, yes.
How do you do that?
You can just load up your Splatoon game and go buy the NES Zapper, and it'll be 1 golden ticket for that.
So
you don't need to play to level 6.
Well, riddle me this then.
Yeah.
See, Jamin. So I did when I started my game, it brought up a little window that said, "Oh, we detect a Splatoon 2 game. Here are some golden tickets."
Yeah.
And then when I go into the weapon shop, they show a couple silver tickets.
Yeah.
But the little NES Zapper weapon, it has a little bar over it that says you need level 6.
No, that's actually not a bar saying that you need to be level 6. That's a bar saying that it'll be available to you for 1 silver ticket. At level 6.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because
the UI in this game is maybe a little bit confusing.
Because when there's a big bar over the window of the picture of the weapon that says you have to be level 6, that made me think
it didn't say you had to be level 6. It was just a sash over it that, and I can see, because I made the same assumption that means you can't buy the thing until level 6.
Okay.
But no, you can't.
So I can go in there now. I mean, not that it matters, because I'm at level 5 something. I'm kind of halfway.
You're about to be there
to level 6 anyway. So
yeah, you can.
It might be a waste of a golden ticket to do it now, right?
I don't think so. Are there other weapons in the list that you would want to spend your golden?
I don't know.
On?
I wasn't looking.
All right.
Is there one that looks like a super scope?
No.
Oh, well then who cares?
Although they do, in the previous Splatoon games, they have the NES Zapper, the version that's gray, and then they have the one that's the orange.
The safety one.
Yeah, that's the orange one is not currently in Splatoon 3. I'm sure they'll add it, but it's not in there yet.
I did just get the what is it? The windshield wiper. That's like a sword.
Oh, the Splatana.
The Splatana.
I
got the Splatana.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Which seems like it might be fun to use.
It is fun to use.
Yeah.
Yes, I've used the Splatana a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, CJ.
So, but let me explain a little bit more about the weapon shop. You said you thought you needed to wait until you were level 6 to purchase that thing.
I did, but that I'm clearly ignorant on this.
You don't have to.
This is not the type of game I typically play.
I know that.
Right.
You can spend 1 golden ticket to buy any weapon you want.
Okay.
And you get 3 if you have a Splatoon 2 save. So
you
can buy any of them right away. Or you can actually save up the Sheldon tickets, which are the silver tickets.
Okay.
And if you have 3 of those, you can buy any weapon you don't have to wait for them to unlock via level progression. You can
I see.
spend 3 to buy them at any time. Whereas if you wait until you're that level, you only spend 1 ticket to purchase that weapon. So
okay,
they've done it a little differently. You used to have to spend gold on weapons, and now you don't do that at all.
right.
You spend your gold instead on cosmetics and then things for your locker, which is a new thing in the game too.
Yeah, so I noticed that because there's like the general store option where it looks like little kind of decorative accoutrement.
That's
that
correct.
goes into your locker.
Yeah, those things can be used to decorate your locker. Yes.
I don't even know how you access your locker.
This was another thing where I also didn't know how to access the locker. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah, so here's what you do. You go into the lobby, and there'll be like a big gumball machine, like a gotcha machine.
I've seen that,
gotcha
yes.
machine. And to the left of that, there will be a set of doors.
Okay.
And until you unlock, which I think is like level 4, until you unlock the ability to go to the lockers, it just looks like nothing.
Oh.
And I think if you take that, it just takes you out to the town.
Okay.
But once you're level 4, you go over to those doors and they'll open and reveal the locker room.
Oh.
And when you're far away from them, it's just solid silver. Like there's no indication that there's anything over there. And as you get closer to them, it loads in the locker room. So yeah.
So what is the function of the locker besides a place to store little items that you've purchased?
There is absolutely no point to the locker. It is a sort of personalization point where you can put earned cosmetics and things.
Okay.
You personalize your locker. That's about it.
Do other people see it?
Other people can see it. Yes. Like recent people you've played with or your friends can look at your locker. Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So you can put stickers on the inside, outside. You can put weapons in there, and they have little like gun racks that you can put in your locker. And
gun racks.
Your favorite weapon. Yeah.
I don't even own a gun.
Let alone many guns.
That would
require
an
entire rack.
An entire rack. Yeah.
Wow.
And that was that bit. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Yeah, I got a hankering from Stan Makita donuts now.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, those are just cosmetic.
Greg really enjoyed that.
What am I gonna do with a gun rack? I love that movie.
It's so good. Apparently coming out on like 4K UHD pretty soon.
Yeah, because that's what that movie needs. 4K.
Yeah, of course it does. Yes.
Hey, CJ.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
My good friend Bill Mudron is in the chat.
Yeah.
And he's congratulating you on your new Switch icon. What is your new Switch icon?
So, as part of Nintendo Switch Online, you may know that you can redeem silver points for icon parts.
I did know this.
In fact, this week...
Icon parts?
Yeah. You can create an icon using... they give you like a main image, a background, like
and
a border, different things.
Yeah, you can... Yeah, like... And it's broken up into games. So, like, let's say you like Kirby. You can go into the Kirby game section, and you can redeem like all sorts of different like character art of Kirby characters.
No, well, there is a Splatoon section now, yeah.
And then you can get different backgrounds and different frames, and then mix and match them to your heart's content.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I did that with Splatoon.
Oh, very nice.
I have a squid on there, but of interest maybe to you guys is that Nintendo is offering like an NSO, like a retro themed icon collection over the next month, and it's like a 4-week thing. So this week you can download, or you can redeem the icon for like the NES or the Famicom, and I think there's like a
bunch of sprites.
In there too.
Yes.
And they have a preview for some of the things to come, and like there's some Punch Out ones coming, there's Excite Bike icons coming, there's a lot of really interesting stuff there. So yeah, you redeem those on a weekly basis.
I did redeem for all the NES stuff so far.
Yeah, I grabbed all of that
just
stuff.
to have them. Yeah,
same.
gives you
Yeah,
something
and
to do
then-
with those silver coins.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do
I
anything.
don't even
with
know if I
that.
have silver coins.
You do.
Do you have a My Nintendo account?
Yes.
Then
Then you
you have
probably have a
Okay.
lot of silver coins.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they opened up a Splatoon 3 area on that as well, and I redeemed all of those icons as well. But yeah, where was I? Oh, so some of the things that it does, like we were talking about the locker, and that I think that's more of an excuse to like fill the game with more things that you can redeem or get rewarded for. So there's now a battle pass in this game. It's not called a battle pass. It's called a catalog in the game, which I think makes it sort of conjures up the idea that you're going to be ordering the items that are inside it. When in actuality, it's just like a battle pass, and each time you level up, it gives you an item from that page of the catalog. So you can't like buy those items; you get them as rewards. But there's 100 levels, very typical standard battle pass fare, and some of those things are cosmetics for your character, banners for your little nameplate in the game. They give you things for your locker that way, or like tickets that you can use for food items that will give you like certain buffs during turf wars and things, like that'll double the amount of gold you earn or double the XP that you earn. And you can do that on like an individual basis or a team basis. So there's a lot more to do in this version of Splatoon than previous. And the matchmaking stuff has improved a little bit. You can create a room, and if people join you, you can get it so that they're on your team. That was one of the things in Splatoon and Splatoon 2. You could have friends join you, but they wouldn't necessarily be on your team. In this game, you can create a room and then invite people to it, and you all stay together as a team, which is nice. But you can create a room, but you have to have at least 2 people in the room to start matchmaking. I wish you could create the room, go into the single player queue, like solo queue for a while, and then when somebody joins you, then you turn into a group. But that's not the way it works for right now. But anyway, yeah, I played a little bit of the single player. It is set up a lot more like the Octo expansion of Splatoon 2, and the level design and creativity in that bit of the game is just off the charts. I think it's much better done than Splatoon 1 or 2. They train you up on specific weapons, and the levels are much more like, well, some of the levels anyway are much more gimmicks paired to single weapons than Splatoon 1 or 2 was. Splatoon 1 and 2, the single player was basically like a lot of 3D platforming, a lot of pretty similar stages, quite honestly. But this seems to play around with the mechanics a lot more than either of those games. So I'm really happy with that. And in each stage, at least as you progress in the story mode, it'll start offering up doing each stage with different weapons. Like in Splatoon 1 and 2, it focused on you had to use the sniper rifle, for instance, in a level. But this will actually like give you an option. You can use this one or this one, like, so you can learn specific weapons that are used in the multiplayer, in the single player, which is kind of nice. What else? I just really like it. I played Salmon Run for the first time today in this game. That's like a horde mode where little salmonids emerge from this like toxic green ocean, and you have to, with your squad of 3 other players, so it's your squad of 4, defeat them. And they have boss salmonids as well that require you to shoot specific areas on them or use different strategies to destroy them. And that's a lot of fun as well. So yeah, I'm having a good time with it. Good old time.
Certainly looks great.
I picked up the Splatoon 3 Pro controller, which is real nice because I do like me some Splatoon. But yeah, I'm having a blast with it. My daughter, I have not yet played with my daughter. With Splatoon 2, her strategy was to hide in the ink from other players. And in Splatoon, you want to ink the ground, and that's how you win. You put more ink of your color on the battlefield, but she would just hide, and which is a valid strategy, but not for winning. So she says she's not just going to hide when we play this. So we'll see.
Called biding your time.
We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's Splatoon 3. So I've also been playing. I played some demos on Steam. I played the Metal Hellsinger demo. That's also out on PS5. That demo. It's a rhythm-based shooter with heavy metal as the soundtrack.
Okay.
And it's basically a first-person shooter like Doom. But if you shoot or use your melee on the beat...
I'm glad you defined what a first-person shooter was, Horace.
No, I'm talking about the mechanic. If you shoot your gun or melee attack on the beat, you do more damage.
So basically what you need to do is become one of those really annoying movie trailers. Where every single thing happens on the beat of the music.
Exactly, where everything happens on the beat of the music.
I remember the first time I saw that and thinking that was so cool. By about the millionth time, I was done with it.
True. But yeah, and you get into a bit of a flow state, and like you were saying, it's pretty cool when you see it in the trailers, and it's even cooler when you're doing it in game.
I wasn't saying that at all, but
okay.
that's an interesting concept for a game. Yeah,
yeah, and I think there are multiple games that do something similar. And recently that Soundfall game, which I really enjoyed, does that.
I never did get to play that.
Yeah, that's a shame because that is
run on my computer.
That is a really, really fun game.
Yeah, I really wanted to play it.
But yeah, Metal Hellsinger is similarly pretty fun. It's got Troy Baker in it. You can hear Troy Baker a mile away. He's becoming the new Nolan North. He's just in everything. But yeah. And then I also played a demo for a game called Melatonin on Steam. This is another rhythm game. But the stages are based on dreams, and the gameplay itself is like Rhythm Heaven.
Okay.
So in the demo, anyway, there are a couple different themes. Like there's a shopping theme and there's a food theme, and you are asleep on the couch. So you're dreaming these sequences, and you select which thing you want to dream about. And like the food thing, you're floating in the air. And all these different food items like donuts, pizza, and hamburgers are attacking you. And very similar to Rhythm Heaven, it does like the 4 beats, and then you have to press the button. It does a very similar thing here. You are first, like Rhythm Heaven, it sort of teaches you what they're going to do, what the animation's going to be, and when you have to press the button. And then when you play the level for score, those guides are gone, so you have to just sort of remember the beat and press the button on the beat. So there's like a food thing, there's a social media thing that was pretty funny. There's this video game level where you have a big screen, like a projector screen in front of you, and 2 light guns, and you were shooting enemies that are coming kind of Space Harrier like towards you.
Cool.
And yeah, it's very much like Rhythm Heaven. And of course, once you do like about 4 or 5 stages of this, the last stage is one of those sort of mega mix stages from Rhythm Heaven, where it's kind of puts all of those mechanics from all of those previous stages together. Similar in a way to WarioWare or Rhythm Heaven. They both do that. But that's on Steam, available now for free demo, and it's coming out on PC and Switch. Melatonin is the name of that one.
Have to check that out.
You are very much into these kind of twee looking games, aren't you?
It is kind of a twee looking game, isn't it?
Oh, it's not kind of.
Well,
It's very
less
twee. I mean, I'm not saying it
less
looks
twee
bad.
than Ooblets.
I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying it looks twee.
Yeah, it does.
And
It does.
that seems to be kind of an aesthetic that you're into lately.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Okay.
It looks like a cute game.
It is a cute game. Yeah. You should give it a try.
I might just.
You might like it.
In spite of you.
I mean, it looks cute. It looks fun.
Yeah. And then I also played a little bit of Circus Electrique, which is a game from Zen Studios that our friend of the show, Chris Baker, wrote quite a bit of the story on.
We should have.
So we're going to have
We should have him on. Yeah,
we were going to have Seabake on this episode to talk about Circus Electrique a little bit, but
then he found out we were still bringing Phil on, and he was like, "Nope,
exactly,
that's in my contract."
But he and his family were traveling over the weekend and are not going to be back, or we're not going to be back in time for our recording this week. So we're going to do that next week.
He posted a picture where he and his family were at a Tennessee Volunteers game.
There you go. Yeah, but I did want to just mention that Circus Electrique is out now on pretty much everything, and it's a turn-based RPG taking place in like this Victorian circus, steampunkish world. Very interesting. Apparently, the gameplay is quite a bit like Darkest Dungeon, which I have never played, but we'll talk about Circus Electrique next week with Seabake.
Yes,
because I'm very interested in the process of writing this game and all of that. So anyway, it's available now, and we'll talk about it more next week. So that's it. That's all I've been playing. Greg,
hi,
hello. What have you been playing?
I'll tell you what. I'm playing a lot of Turtles.
Yeah, well,
Turtles.
Decided.
How many of the games have you gone through?
I have completed all save the 3 Tournament Fighters games, saving the worst for last. And I just started Turtles 3 on Game Boy today.
Oh, the Radical Rescue?
Finished all the rest of them, yep. Starring my favorite turtle, Michelangelo.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's cool because, I mean, you know, very familiar with obviously the arcade games and Hyperstone Heist and Turtles in Time but I had never played past Fall of the Foot Clan on the Game Boy. So Turtles 2 on the Game Boy, not great. I have to say, it was okay. It felt some parts of it felt better than Fall of the Foot Clan, but it certainly didn't look better than Fall of the Foot Clan. And Turtles 3 on the NES is one of those games where I've heard for years, like, you know, don't sleep on this. You should really play it. And I believe Chris Kohler has actually been saying that this is his favorite game on the collection because he kind of has discovered it based on his work on the collection. I played through that the other night, and I gotta say, like, I'm not crazy about it. I think I like Turtles 2 more, the arcade game more. I don't know, Phil. I know you played through all of these.
I did get a platinum.
Yeah. Had you played through Turtles 3 before this, or?
Oh yeah, no, I bought it new on the NES back when it came out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I think
it's good. I feel like it overstays its welcome. I feel like by the end of it, I was just like, I kind of just want this to be over. And I felt the bosses were really cheap, like even for a Turtles game.
Yeah,
the bosses are cheap in Turtles games anyway, but this one was just like, man, oh man, I'm not crazy about this. One of the things that I didn't realize was a thing, and maybe you had already seen this, Phil, but because I haven't really been looking at the strategy guide side of things until I'm like in the game. Like when I'm actually playing the game is when I check those strategy guide pages. And I forget, I think it was for Turtles 2 on Game Boy. One of the tips said, click here to see an example.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea that a lot of those tips had game recordings associated with them.
It's not obvious.
No,
it's not. It's you really have to be kind of looking in the corner for a little icon that's like, "Ooh, click here to watch a video of this tip in action."
I had
Really?
no idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when I saw that, I was like, wait, what? And like if you press X, I'm on the PlayStation. If you press X, then it automatically zooms in and you can actually scroll through the tips by just pushing to the right or left on the D-pad. And not all of them, but a lot of them have videos associated with the tip, which I was absolutely oblivious to that.
Yeah.
Until I played, because Turtles 2 on the Game Boy was the first time that I read click here. And then I think I've seen it once more since then.
Right.
So, but now I just click on all of them. So
yeah, it's a neat feature, but they certainly do not make it obvious.
Yeah, they certainly hit it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot more to say. Like like I said, Turtles 3 I think is good. Still love Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
I still think Super Nintendo Turtles in Time is the best one. I like it more than the arcade.
You know,
game.
I never
absolutely.
played that game. Never played Turtles in Time.
What?
No.
The SNES one?
I don't think so. I don't think I ever played it.
No,
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And it is easily better than the arcade game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is I should play it.
Yes.
You should.
Okay.
I would say if you're going to play one Turtles game, Turtles in Time.
Play that one.
Super
Okay.
Nintendo.
It's a good one.
Yeah. And Hyperstone Heist is a nice weird mishmash of Turtles stuff.
It is weird.
But I still enjoy it.
Oh.
I played through that. I finished playing through that today. Turtles 3 on the Game Boy is interesting because it's like a kind of a Metroid light.
Yeah.
That I'm completely lost in at the moment. Because they have a map screen, which is fantastic, but it doesn't tell you where the pieces of the map connect like you would see in a Castlevania game. So
really?
Yeah, I mean it's just a bunch of rectangles that have been sort of arranged on the screen, and you know which one you're in, but it's like it's hard to plot a course to an area that you want to get to because you have no idea where you can actually enter these different stages. But I mean, it's cool. It's an interesting, and it's a really different take, you know, because I mean, from Turtles on NES, once you get past that, they were all pretty much the same, well, except for the Tournament Fighters games, I guess, but the same theme as the arcade game. They were all just beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with that. The beat 'em ups were a lot of fun. And the first two Game Boy games were very like light versions of those beat 'em ups. So to get to Turtles 3 on the Game Boy and have it be this sort of Metroid style game, it's still a side scrolling action game. You're still fighting, you know, the Foot Clan and stuff like that.
A Turtlevania?
A Turtlevania. There you go. I like that more than Metroidvania. But like, you know, like, and I think all the turtles actually have different special abilities. Like Mikey can not hover, but he can spin his nunchucks to fall slowly. If you press jump while he's in the air. And I just reading the tips, it looks like Leonardo's able to use his katana to dig through certain blocks. Because, you know, famously katana were used as digging implements.
Sure.
Which explains the cover art actually. But anyway, it's different. It's an interesting take on sort of the Turtles formula. So I'm excited to play through that too.
The fighting games are
they're awful. I want to do them because I'm going to be 3 trophies away from a platinum, which is not normally something I care about. But at that point, it's like,
right,
only 3 trophies away from a platinum. There's
you
save
can,
states and rewind, and
you can kind of cheat your way through the NES and Genesis ones.
Yeah,
which is what I ended up doing because anything to avoid having to actually play those games, like the Genesis one. I believe you have to play through the story mode.
Okay.
Possibly on the hardest difficulty setting.
Screw that.
But what you can do, because the story mode in the Genesis, because again, all 3 tournament fighter games are completely different. One is not a port of the other.
That is their one saving grace. That is the one thing that makes them interesting, in my opinion.
They're 3 different terrible games.
Yes, exactly.
As opposed to the same terrible game on different systems. So in the Genesis story mode, you have to pick one of the turtles as your character. But then what you can do, like let's say you pick Donatello, because why wouldn't you pick Donatello? He's the best turtle. And the first stage you are up against, let's say, Casey Jones. The match begins. Then what you do, you get out a second controller, you hit start on it.
And now you control the second character.
Well, and then it interrupts the battle. Or, oh, a new player is here. Have that player select Casey Jones and then just beat him up.
Oh, so it's basically setting flags to... You have to have beaten each character.
Yes, and then it counts as you beat that first stage, and then you go to the next stage, and then you interrupt that battle. So you can you can do that all the way up till the final boss, which you do have to defeat legit.
Using lots of rewind.
Huh.
Yeah. And I think there's a way to, if I remember correctly, and I should remember correctly because I just did this like a week ago. There's a way to sort of cheat your way through the NES version as well. The Super Nintendo one, unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any way to cheat your way through. So you have to cheat just by using the rewind. But that's another one you have to defeat on the highest difficulty setting.
Good Lord.
And
is it just because you don't see the final boss unless you're in the highest difficulty? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think like if you play through it on one of the lesser difficulty settings, you'll beat the final boss, which is Karai.
Mm-hmm.
And after you beat her, I believe like she pops up and she's like, "Oh, you just defeated my evil clone. You didn't defeat the true Karai." Something like that. And like on the Genesis one, you can sort of make it a little easier by setting the number of rounds that you need to complete to just like one, which you cannot do on the Super Nintendo version. So you do have to beat each character for 2 rounds. So
speaking of that, that was another thing that I didn't realize when we spoke about this the last time. For some reason, I had missed out on the enhancements menus completely.
Oh,
which again are great. You have to launch them before you launch the games. But for the most part, they basically just have menuized the hidden features in the games. So if like a game has a hidden level select that you would normally have to put in a code for, it's in this enhancement menu. Instead. So that's really great. The other thing that I did want to mention about Turtles 3 that I loved is it's a single moment, but I really had a good laugh at it, is like, of course, as in most of those beat 'em ups, you get to a certain section or certain end of the stage, and when the boss is about to start, the boss fight music starts up to sort of introduce the boss, right?
Yeah.
And there's one boss in particular, and I don't remember its name, but you're in, I think you're in a train station, or you're in a subway, and you're at the end of the level, and water, and the way it works is you're on the platform between 2 tracks. And water fills up the 2 tracks, and the boss music starts, and the boss floats in from the right, and like the music is swelling to a crescendo, but then he just keeps floating right off the screen, and the music stops, and then it's like silent for a few seconds, and then he comes back and jumps out, and the music starts up again, and I was like, that is like a really sophisticated gag for an NES game, and it comes out of nowhere, and they don't do it again. They do it that one time.
Yeah,
it's like, that's really funny. I was not expecting that at all. Anyway,
it's a good game.
It is a good game. I just like arcade game more, T2 more. So, but I have fonder memories of that game.
But I think didn't 3 come out post Super Nintendo release?
92, I believe.
Yeah,
I think it came out. It came out the same year that Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist came out on the 16-bit systems.
Oh, okay.
So I have a copy of it too, but it's one of those things where I went into Funko Land 20 years ago.
Oh yeah,
and it's like there's all 3 Turtle games.
Yeah,
for like $5 each.
Why not?
Gonna buy those.
Why not?
So yeah. But anyway, that's really all I've been playing. I mean, I played a few other things that I've been playing a little bit more of as well, but that's where I've been spending most of my time. I'm trying to get through all the Turtle games. So it's good to know that not only have I left the worst games for last, but they're also the ones you have to play on hard. So double trouble. It's fantastic.
It's not fun.
There you go.
It's
Good.
a grind. But
That's what I look for when I'm playing games for trophies. I don't want it to be fun.
If you sit down and spam your way through it, you can probably knock them out in like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sure was nice though, especially getting through to those 16-bit games. Because, like I said, Hyperstone Heist is this sort of weird mishmash.
Yeah.
But really, the way I always looked at it is, it's not exactly the same as Turtles in Time, but the gameplay is pretty much the same. So I'm still really enjoying it. You know what I mean? But it's just
right.
It's sort of just it feels thrown together assets more than anything else.
Oh, absolutely.
But I still enjoy it. Still fun.
Yeah, it is not bad.
Yeah,
it's weird, but not bad.
Yeah, it makes zero sense, but it's not bad.
No. It doesn't have the kind of logic I'd demand from a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle property.
Yeah, of course not.
No.
All right, Phil,
that's me.
What do you got for us?
Well, I don't see it on your guys' list, but have you neither of you have been playing Last of Us anymore?
I have not played any this week.
Get sick of it?
No.
Are you still mad about Last of Us Part 2? You can't bring yourself to go back?
I just had Turtles to play.
I understand. I played some more of Last of Us. We'll talk about it like maybe next week or so when we're all playing it. But I just got a little bit farther.
Are you at fall yet?
No, I'm not. No. I'm not that far.
Okay.
Yeah, I just played it for a little bit this week, just enough to like meet up with Ellie and.
Oh, that's about where I am.
Starting to escort her.
Yeah.
Along the way. So
we were headed into the tunnel the last time I was playing.
Okay.
Me and Ellie, and I forget his other companion's name.
Tess.
Yeah. It's a good good game. It's a good enhanced remake.
Mm-hmm.
So
indeed, yes.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to playing more of that.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else have I been playing? Yeah, the Splatoon, Ninja Turtles. Oh, you know what I downloaded? Just on a whim to try it out is that Multiversus.
Mm-hmm.
Did you download this because of Gizmo?
I downloaded this 100% because Gizmo is in it, and Stripe, the gremlin, is going to be in it.
Yes,
that was 100% the motivation behind downloading Multiversus, the Warner Brothers Smash Brothers knockoff.
Yeah.
So I played a little bit of that.
Apparently pretty good.
It's you know what? It seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I've just played a little bit. And
it's free to play.
It's free to play. So it's all, battle passes and gems you have to purchase and characters you have to unlock through various methods that usually involve gems that you purchase. I played a few rounds because I'm trying to remember who you have by default. Like you play through the tutorial when you first download it, and they give you Wonder Woman. And then I don't know if this character is always there or if it like maybe cycles through like free characters a week or something. But I went in and played a few multiplayer matches, against other people. And I used Bugs Bunny. And I think that's, I think Bugs is one of the, timed characters that you can play for free this week or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it's, it feels like Smash Brothers, but it's got Batman instead of Mario. That kind of thing.
Right. So you didn't get to play as Gizmo, but
I haven't gotten to play as Gizmo yet.
You downloaded it.
I certainly don't want to pay money.
Right.
To unlock Gizmo because I don't know how much I'm going to play this game. Mm-hmm. It does seem, I mean, the game seems good enough that if I was the type of person who was into online multiplayer Smash Brothers type games,
yeah,
that I could see myself throwing some money at it to get specific characters. But that's not really me. But you can unlock Gizmo, I think, for like 2,000 coins. And just kind of like playing some of the early missions, I already got like 1,000 coins. So
okay. So you might be able to unlock him for free.
Yeah, I'll probably unblock him for free at some point in the near-ish future. And like I know it's got like Morty from Rick and Morty is in there now, and there's it seems okay. So
yeah.
Good job, Multiversus. I'll play a bit more of you for free. Why not?
Sure.
And then I downloaded. I didn't realize this came out. I popped onto the PlayStation Store a few days ago, and saw that recently released was Transformers Beyond Reality.
Dun dun dun.
Which is the VR Transformers game.
VR Transformers.
That came out.
What?
That was my response. It apparently came out at the end of
still releasing games for PS4, PSVR.
It's for PS4 VR. It came out at the end of August, and I looked it up to make sure it's not on the Oculus. Which, if I'm going to play VR, I would rather have it on the Oculus, just because it looks nicer and doesn't have a whole bunch of cables.
Is it a PlayStation exclusive, though?
That's the only platform it's on at the moment.
Huh. Okay.
So I don't know if it is or if it's a timed exclusive, but I mean, it's a Transformers game, so I kind of had to get it.
Oh, it's not on Steam. Okay.
Well, that's what I just said. Did you think I was lying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
A solid assumption, but in this case, I was not.
Okay.
So I picked it up, and then I had to dig out my PlayStation VR, which hasn't been hooked up for quite some time, and I had to re-hook up everything, and I played a little bit of it. I just played through the first stage so far, because I'll tell you what, once you play VR on the Oculus or the Meta Quest, I don't know what it's called
Quest
now.
2. Yeah.
Meta Quest 2. Don't release a gaming system and then change the name of it after a while.
Right.
I mean, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
We've decided to stop using the name PlayStation. We don't think that really fits our messaging anymore. We'd like to call this the Game Center. So if everyone could please stop calling the Sony video game console the PlayStation, and let's start calling it the Sony Game Center. Don't do that. Yeah. That's stupid.
I agree.
So after playing things on my Oculus Quest 2, I've gotten so used to how it looks. It's very, very, it looks nice. The graphics are very nice. It's very easy to use. You're not tethered to anything. You just put the headset on, turn it on, boom, you're in.
Yeah.
And now I have to, hook up a bunch of boxes, and I have to hook up cameras, and I have to have big cords going from my head to the system, dragging across the floor. It's a pain in the butt. And the headset's not very comfortable. Like, my head started to hurt after 10 minutes or so of playing. Whatever the case is.
Oh, man, you're delicate.
I am.
Yeah.
I really am. But it's fine, I guess. It's
fine.
Glowing review.
No.
All right. I don't hate it.
It feels very, very much like an amusement park ride. It feels like an attraction.
Okay.
you would play at a
Okay.
theme park
See,
because
sometimes that can be okay though. Like there was that shooter, that horror themed shooter, that came out right at the beginning of the life of the PlayStation VR.
yeah,
It was just a light gun shooter, but you were riding. It was a roller coaster. I mean, you were riding a roller coaster that was
Right.
actually like they didn't hide that fact either. But it was an
Blood.
amusement park. Yeah, it was an amusement park ride with light gun shooting.
yeah,
And that was fine. It worked great.
it's very much what this is. This feels like something you would play at Dave and Buster's. Because you are a human fighting with the Autobots. And the way it's set up is the game begins, and I don't know if it's tied into one of the more recent cartoons or something. Because it's certainly not like G1 or any of the series that I've seen. But like it starts off and there's some human who is giving you the tutorial, which seemed weird. It's like, why not have a transformer walking me through the tutorial? Why am I listening to some scientist? That doesn't
Some
make
egghead.
sense. That's not fun. I want some giant robot.
If you're going to be listening to a scientist, why aren't you listening to like Perceptor or something?
Wheeljack.
I was going to say Wheeljack, but yeah.
Wheeljack's the engineer.
Yep.
He could be talking
He's
me
a
through
scientist.
like,
That's science.
here's how to use the weapons.
Yeah.
I designed this weapon for your human hands. It's
Is
perfect.
that actor still alive?
I don't know. I don't know who did
Sad.
Wheeljack's voice. But
That was a while ago.
I'm gonna look it up. Who did Wheeljack's voice? Wheeljack G1 is voiced by, let's see, cartoon continuity. That actor is not alive.
That's what I thought.
It's Chris Latta,
Oh, Chris Latta. Really?
who was who you will
Starscream.
probably know is the voice of Starscream,
My favorite
or
character.
Cobra Commander.
I love
Yeah.
Starscream.
Oh well, who doesn't? Who didn't?
Best.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
What a great character.
Agreed.
And a great name.
Also agreed. But yeah, and then you start off, and the cinemas are played out like in comic book form, which feels
Weird in a VR game.
Budget.
it feels real budget in a VR game, because like it starts up, and it's like, oh, okay, the humans went through the training process. Here comes Optimus Prime to start the level, and you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to see Optimus Prime pull up right in front of me as a giant truck, and I'm going to see him transform right in front of me into this 40-foot tall robot.
Well, maybe not.
And it's just a comic book pan. It's just a drawing of him
That's
transforming.
too bad. That's really,
And it's like,
that's a lot of missed opportunity.
I wanted to see a giant truck transform right in front of me. That's
Yep.
what VR is for.
And it's not like, I mean, you're right. If it's not based on G1, but I was going to say, you almost base it on G1 because the transformations were so simple.
I know, right?
It's not like it would take a lot of work
Yeah.
or crazy models to do that.
No.
Anyway.
And then once you get into the actual game, it's, you are on like a little hover sled, and you're just being automatically pushed through the street, which is, that's fine. And you're shooting at Insecticons are coming out from all over the place.
Oh.
And then so you're just doing that. You're just going down the road, pew, 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 shooting Insecticons. And then all of a sudden, like, a wall will explode and Megatron will burst out of it. Oh,
Okay.
human, I'm going to kill you. And oh no. And then all of a sudden Optimus Prime comes out and grabs him. And you just go on your way. And you just hear, oh, you'll never let you
that's
defeat.
weird.
Yeah.
That is
And
weird.
it's like, I don't know. It's just you're on a little path shooting at robot bugs, and then every now and again Grimlock will run by you, and you're just, oh, look, there goes Grimlock. And at the very end, you fight a Decepticon as a boss, and it's a shoot the targets kind of thing. I don't know.
I mean, I think there has been a time where VR games were treated in this way, where it is more like a ride, right? But
Yeah, but
we're getting to the point where there are more real games with gameplay in VR. But of course,
like Iron Man
Yeah.
or something. I mean, it doesn't have to be full freedom or anything like that, but
Right.
Yeah,
That's
it just
disappointing.
it's definitely a lot of missed opportunities. It feels like there was probably a small budget,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
that's
a shame. That's a shame.
I'll play it more just because it's a Transformer game, whatever. But
yeah,
the whole time I'll be grumbling to myself about what I would have
won't
played.
like it. I'll play more, but I'm not gonna like it.
How much was the game? Asks Mr. Coffee in the chat.
Yeah,
I think it was $20. So bargain price.
$20. Yeah.
Bargain price. I guess I got what I paid for.
That's an impulse buy. $20 game. Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, that's really all I've been playing.
Alrighty, then I guess that means it's time for tweets.
A tweedly diddly dee. A tweedly diddly dee. Tweet.
All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Benjamin Rivers, who says, "You're now the producer for a new FMV game. What is it, and who is directing it?"
It's Sewer Shark 2, directed by Greg Seward.
Yep. As long as David Underwood is still available.
There you go.
Oh,
Let's do a Night Trap remake by Ryan Johnson.
So no script?
No script.
oh.
In the Knives Out universe,
Nice.
of course.
Knives Trap.
Oh,
There you go.
I like it.
An FMV game.
Yeah.
I think we've had two great answers so far.
That's true.
How about a Luigi's Mansion FMV game directed by Don Bluth?
What?
Let's have
he would
a
be doing
Dragon's
the
Lair
cartoons?
style. Yeah, a Dragon's Lair style.
Oh,
Luigi's
I get it.
Mansion
Okay, so
game.
okay.
That seeing the Mario universe with Don Bluth's animation style would be very weird. And I don't know if it would be weird good or weird bad. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Going off of how great Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was on the Sega CD, I don't know, pick an action show and let's do something like that. Dragon Ball, I don't know.
Did you ever play the Kamen Rider game?
No.
Which
I think
was
I have it.
Masked Rider?
Oh no, I've
Masked
played
Rider.
that. Yeah, I've played that.
Really? Is it? I'm imagining it's very similar to the Power Ranger game, right?
No, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember it being very good.
Right. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
No, but I mean, I don't remember it being good. I really liked the Power Rangers game.
Okay.
I'm not a Power Rangers fan. I don't like it because I
Right.
was a fan of the series. I never watched the series. Yeah, and like when it was new, I watched a little bit of it. It's like, this is absolutely not for me.
I think you doth protest too much.
But yeah, maybe. But I just picked up the game because I was into full motion video games.
Right.
So I wanted to play it, and it was really well done. It was kind of a, and I think I remember reading an interview with either the producer or the designer, or maybe that was the same person. In I want to say one of Ken Horowitz's books, I think, where they were saying like, we wanted to basically evolve the full motion video game, the Dragon's Lair style, push a direction now sort of thing, Simon Says type game. We wanted to evolve it a little bit, which is what they did, and it was as simple as adding a power meter. So you have a life bar. So you could miss a few things here and there, and it was still okay. And but I loved that, and I love the fact that what they did with the game was they took the Green Ranger story arc, which I don't know how long that lasted. I don't know if it lasted over a season or if it was just a few episodes, but they basically took that story arc and they took the different battles and condensed it all into a group of levels for one game. So like you actually had a story arc from the show that you were playing,
Huh.
along with short cinematics that, again, were just scenes from the show that told the story. So there was actually a full story from start to finish that made sense, and it was really great. It was really well done. It's too bad that it was, sort of the end of that type of game for a while, because they had something with that game. They really did. So I'd love to see more in that style.
You know what? I bet the Wachowskis could do a great Speed Racer FMV game.
Oh,
There you go.
That'd be
I'd
so
be for
good.
that. Like what? How do you do a driving game with a full motion video game? But I think the Wachowskis could pull it off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with the whole Speed Racer aesthetics from the movie.
Oh, such a good movie.
I know, right?
Oh.
Where's my 4K?
Is that not available yet?
No.
4K version?
No, sadly it is not. When's Speed gonna show up in Multiversus, Warner Brothers? I mean, the answer is never.
Never.
Yeah.
I know that.
Although, who would have guessed Gizmo would show
Yeah, I
up?
mean, Gizmo's here, so
That's true.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Generic Danielle. You're stuck on a desert, and you're stuck on a deserted island. You can only take one console and 3 games. Which console and 3 games are you taking? Ooh.
One console? And
1
3 games.
console and 3 games. Now, do you have internet connectivity? Because that is important.
Well,
to
that
me.
takes out most games released.
Why would
in
you
the
have
last
it?
20
Why
years.
would you have internet connectivity?
Deserted island. Call for help.
I want to be able to play Sea of Thieves on a deserted island. Come on.
Yeah, any system where I can send an email. to someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Take
PC.
my Saturn with a
right?
net link.
Yeah.
Do mini consoles count?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
yeah, but you'd have to pare it down to 3 games.
But I mean, those come with the games hard coded on there. I mean, if you took a Master System,
I don't know, all that salt air, all that salty sea air probably messes with the circuits.
you take a Master System, you're going to get that little snail game.
Oh,
That's a given.
Yeah.
On top of whatever 3 cartridges you have.
Yeah.
For real's answer.
I'd bring the Switch and do Animal Crossing, Breath of the Wild, and Splatoon 3. Yeah.
Splatoon 3 without internet, though?
Without internet, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Play the single player. Yeah, I'd do that.
Now, could I also cheat and say, but it's not really cheating, though.
Yeah.
If I say bring a Switch with the Mega Man collection?
What's that's not cheating.
Because
Well, also,
that
if
gives me
I-
multiple
if I-
games.
If I brought my Switch, I've got a lot downloaded on that. So,
See, I think that's cheating. But what Phil said isn't,
Yeah.
because that's a collection.
Or like you bring the Super Nintendo with the Mario All-Stars plus
Yeah.
Mario World cartridge.
Yeah. That's still
That's one
game.
cartridge with multiple games
First
on
one.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good pick.
Yeah.
Mm.
I could, maybe Super Nintendo with the All-Stars / World cart.
Yeah.
With Link to the Past and with Yoshi's Island.
What are you going to do with the next week?
Play them again.
You burn. I was going to say you burn through them right away.
Exactly.
Those, wait, you know what? Those are games. Those are all games that I have played through multiple times
Right.
and have not gotten bored playing through them
You can
again.
always pick up and play more.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see.
Agreed.
Hmm.
I'd have to go with a CDX because that's a little bit of a that's cheating a little bit, but
That's not cheating.
Streets of Rage 2 for the exact reason that you said, Phil, because I know
Right.
you can finish that in 20 minutes, but I can play that game over and over and over again.
Yep.
Shining Force CD because that is like 3 or 4 games in one, so it takes a long time to get through it.
Oh.
And I don't know. Probably just throw in Sonic because I love Sonic. And I figure after the second week I'll be dead anyway. So
There you go. I see. All right, let's do this last question. Our RP, it's from, a Hind D. Hackarelli, it's a Hind D. Are RPGs good? This question brought to you by my 9-year-old daughter. RPGs, are they good?
Yes, RPGs are good.
yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play RPGs,
Yes.
But they are good.
but they are good.
Mm. And RPGs can come in many forms. There's Japanese RPGs, action RPGs. Only 2 kinds.
Just those two. Those are the only
Just
2
those
RPGs.
2.
Good job, CJ.
There are RPGs like Circus Electrique available now.
Yeah. There's Mass Effect. That's an RPG, right?
Yeah, let's just name as many RPGs.
I love that you're just randomly picking names of RPGs.
That's right.
So
Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, those are RPGs.
Ooh. When are those coming to console? Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
So frustrated about that.
Well, if there's a Nintendo Direct this week, maybe they'll announce it in there.
Well, there would have
Probably
been
not.
if it wasn't for Queen Elizabeth.
That's a good place to stop. All right.
So
Stop on that.
So is this
No.
9-year-old daughter looking to play some RPGs? Does she want
That's a good
recommendations?
question. Yeah.
Or does she just want validation that the genre she enjoys is indeed good?
Sure.
Yes.
Both.
Go back and play the Lunar games.
Yeah.
Oh,
but not
yeah.
on the Mega Drive Mini because they won't be in English.
No.
Hmm.
Go play the original Sega CD ones or play the PlayStation 1 remakes.
Yeah.
Don't
Play
worry about the
Earthbound.
other ones.
Earthbound.
Don't worry about the
You
other
know what?
versions.
You know what?
What?
The Game Boy Advance and PSP versions were just fine.
They're fine.
They're
They're
not
fine.
the original,
No.
but it was kind of fun to play them to see how they were different from the original.
Mm-hmm.
Play some
But don't
Ys
play the
games.
DS game. The DS game's terrible.
Oh
Dragon
yeah, the
Song.
DS game
Okay.
is. Whew.
Dragon Song is awful.
Nope, not good.
I see.
Play some Ys if you like action RPGs, and I
Yeah.
do. So,
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. He's apparently writing one as we speak.
Still doing it.
Yeah. And you'll also find Generation 16 episodes there as they happen. And there is currently one year in review for 1990 available on YouTube that you should check out.
You should totally check out. I'm really proud of that one.
Yeah. And you're working on another one coming up soon, maybe?
I don't know how soon it's going to be. I've been corresponding with someone at the National Library in Japan.
Ooh.
Try to get some research material. So it's taken a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll find show notes and links.
oh my goodness.
to all the things that we talked about in this episode, and a link to our Discord server where we can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
I told you, close those windows, man. That smoky
did.
air is getting in.
I did. They're closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe get some tape. Really secure yourself in.
Oh, damn.
Tell you what, if you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Stitcher Radio, on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions, all over the danged place. Just follow our Twitter account, which is at P1 Podcast, to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically. It is Sunday nights at 5:30 specific time. So please join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you've liked what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. After all, we need your money for various things. Don't ask.
Goods and services.
Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. No, it's for running the show. It's, so we can stream and all that stuff that we got to do to pay for podcasts. But I'll tell you what, my dear friends, if you are a Patreon patron, backer, subscriber,
patron,
person of fine intent, if you are a patron of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode that we record right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me we have a game this week.
We do have a game, Phil.
Oh, thank God.
It is a Jeopardy game from Hacker Alias Night Attack 09, and it is based all around the games that he has made Greg stream.
Oh, and those are the terrible games.
That's correct. Yes.
So probably a lot in there about Lester the Unlikely.
Well, don't say what the
Batman
games are,
Forever.
because that's part. No. Don't say that.
Sorry.
Because this is not going to be a team game, so it's going to be me and Phil.
Well, damn! I just gave you guys some.
Yeah, I'm hearing answers here, but yeah.
So this is a quiz specifically about games that Greg has played.
Correct. Yeah, but Greg is not going to be answering the question.
Oh, am I just going to be reading them?
Oh, Greg.
No.
Okay.
Well, we can have Greg read them too, I guess. But the way it's going to work is how we play when we have a guest, where I'll make a guess, Phil will make a guess or something like that. I'll read the rules, but and then Greg will either agree or disagree and all that stuff. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's something like that.
Okay. Well, this sounds like it's going to be very confusing. So please join us for that.
And upsetting. Don't forget upsetting.
Upsetting. Definitely
confusing
upsetting.
And upsetting.
Well, what has the last hour and a half been?
What have the past 15 years been? How long have we been doing this?
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
My daughter's going to turn 16 next year. She wasn't born when this show started.
No.
I believe in an early episode you could hear my wife screaming in the background as she was giving birth. So
I bet it sounded something like this.
CJ,
we can't afford that. You can't afford that anymore.
I tried. It was right there. Well, please join us for that, friends. And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward. 1 T at the end.
It's not where you think.
Yeah.
That's
a reference.
Yep.
I understand that reference.
Yep. It was a Wonger reference.
Yes, indeed. The She-Hulks.
Yes.
Greg's been watching the She-Hulks, I see. Which has been a lot of fun, right?
2 N's and a Y, but it's not where you think.
It's been a fun show. I'm enjoying the She-Hulks.
It has been a fun show. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been different. It's not like all the other MCU stuff. So
well, it's a sitcom.
That's what I like about the TV shows.
Yeah.
The Disney Plus shows.
The Disney Plus.
Yes.
Head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Philip. And if you are a patron of the $5 variety.
Also cheap.
The Devil's a patron of the $5 variety.
Why wouldn't I be? It's a bargain at twice the price.
Thank you.
In fact, Greg, I suggest you drive around more when you're recording your weekly commutes.
I thought we were friends.
Seatbelt.
I thought we were
pedal
friends.
To the metal.
Is it that you just want to meet me in person
I've missed
as
you.
quickly as possible?
I've missed you all this time, and I'd
Has
like
been
to
a long
see you
time.
again on my terms. I mean, in hell.
The Devil and I first met each other in 1997. I drove down to Atlanta for E3.
It was great,
And
wasn't
the
it?
Devil happened to have gone down to Georgia at the same time.
I was looking for a soul to steal.
And he found me.
I was in a bind because I was way behind. And I was willing to make a deal.
But that deal is under NDA, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Yes.
you get access to the Weekly Commute, which is the weekly vlog series that I send out to my $5 plus patrons, talking about the development of different episodes, all the other content I'm working on. And lately, for the last, I don't know how long, few months now, I've just been sort of going through my game collection and talking about different memories. I was talking about playing Gran Turismo at E3 in 1998, I believe, and winning a trip to California from a contest there. So little things like that. I was talking about actually the most recent one. I was describing how I sold my entire collection to buy a 3DO and why I did that.
Because you had gone temporarily mad.
Yep.
Excellent.
Anyway, please consider supporting it. Thank you.
As well you should. It's quite good. It's quite good, you know.
Milo's a fan too.
Well, I most certainly am. Who could possibly blame me? You do such good content, Gregory.
Where's your accent from, Milo?
England? North roundabout Sussex? Mayhaps a wee bit of the...
You know, the Queen passed on this week.
I know, she ruined the Nintendo Direct.
Tell me about it. It breaks me little heart.
Anyway.
Are we
CJ.
Yes.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Phil.
Hey, no problem. And Gregory.
Yo.
Hold on a second.
Gregory?
Yo.
I just wanted to see how that sounded when I rolled the R's there.
Mm-hmm.
Gregory?
Sounded pretty good.
I love it.
Thanks, Satan. I appreciate your help. But anyway, Gregory, thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Hey, no problem. And a big old thank you to you. Yes, you. If you think I'm talking to someone else, you're dead wrong, stupid. I'm talking to you.
Jeez.
Our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single one of you. Remember, as always, take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Do what you're going to do to be safe. And we hope to see you next week. Fare thee well, travelers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.